Senator Kiko.
Yeah, may I suggest that in matters of coordinating with their lawyers regarding the securing of these documents, they yeah, they cannot be allowed to use the excuse that their movement is restricted, etc. Obviously, if they request us, the chairman, for the for the opportunity or request that they be allowed to call their lawyers for the delivery of these documents, we will obviously allow them. What they're doing now is they're making it as an excuse so that they don't and claim that they don't have access to their lawyers, etc. Ginagawang dahilan para hindi ma-retrieve itong mga dokumento. Kalokohan po yun.
The chair will entertain the motion originally done by you, if I remember correctly, to put these people in the city jail of Pasay. Because I'm tired of this. You ask Mr. Dargani, says, can I talk to, I cannot tell you. Why can't you not tell us? It's a simple thing. Lumabas rin naman yung sinabi mo na hiniram mo lang yung pera. Ba't kailangan pa ikutin mo pa kami?
That's correct.
Ha? Kailangan mo ba kami pakiikutin? Lalabas at lalabas naman yan. Ngayon, hingin nyo, kailangan mag-usap kami. Tapos hindi nyo rin naman pala alam kunyari. I know you know. So I'm not gonna be fooled by you. And this time, I will not be forgiving. I will not be compassionate.
And Mr. Chairman,
We can put Miss Twinkle Dargani in the women's correctional for the meantime. You want to play hardball? We will play hardball with you. We're not defenseless, you know.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, just on that point, this is, Mr. Gargani is saying the boxes were in the office, except that the office is already no longer their office. I mean, this is all, if you ask me, this is all
You're about to say BS, right?
BS, yes.
Right.
And that's what they're doing to us.
Yes.
And we cannot allow this to go on because the Senate as an institution has to uphold the institution's powers and prerogatives as a co-equal. I yield to Senator Ontiveros.
Senator Risa?
Salamat, Mr. Chairman. Kanina binanggit din ni Mr. Ong na gusto sana daw nilang makausap yung kanilang, bukod sa tax lawyer, yung kanilang accountant. I recall in an earlier hearing, Mr. Chairman, lumabas na yung accountant ng Pharmally at nandito rin po siya, si Ira Marie Moscoso. Could we please ask Ms. Moscoso, once and for all, para mapasa kamay na ng komite, kung nasa kanya ba, Mr. Chairman, yung mga mahiwagang kahon na ito?
Miss Viscoso will answer. Go ahead, ask the question, Senator Ontiveros.
Ms. Moscoso? Ms. Moscoso, paki-unmute. Naka-mute kayo. Okay.
Go ahead.
Ms. Moscoso, kayo yung accountant ng Pharmally, di ba?
You're on mute.
Po. Hindi po namin kayo marinig. Paki-unmute. Okay.
Hello po, ma'am. Naririnig
Hello.
na po ako.
Yes, naririnig ko na kayo. Kayo ba ang
Ma'am,
accountant ng Pharmally?
just to be clear po, ma'am, hindi po ako accountant or empleyado po ng Pharmally. Employee po ako ni Sir Jeff Mariano po.
Employee kayo ni Mr. Mariano. Okay, natanong din siya ng komite na previous hearing. Bago namin itanong sa kanya, kayo ba alam nyo kung nasan yung mga kahon ng mga dokumento na matagal nang hinihingi at hinahanap ng komite?
Ma'am, hindi rin po, ma'am.
Okay, sinong nakakaalam kung nasan na yung mga kahon?
I have no knowledge po, ma'am, kung sino po yung nakakaalam. Kasi po,
Alam ba ni Alam ba ni Mr. Mariano kung nasan yung mga kahon?
with that po, hindi ko rin po alam kung alam po niyo. Pero from what I know po, ay yung tingin ko, sa opinion ko lang po, baka po hindi rin niya po alam kasi parehas lang po kami na ginagawa ma'am sa client po namin.
O sige, last question. Kung tatanungin ko rin naman si Mr. Mariano kung papayag yung chair. Pero kung sabihin din ni Mr. Mariano na hindi niya alam kung nasaan ang mga kahon, once and for all po, Ms. Moscoso, sino bang nakakaalam? Kasi imposibleng walang kahon at walang dokumento. Sino pong nakakaalam kung nasaan yung mga kahon?
Ma'am, hindi ko rin po talaga masasagot kung sino yun. Kasi po, yung task lang po namin sa client namin is record po. Bali, binibigay lang po yung source document sa amin and then, i-record lang po namin. Kasi
Okay,
testing po ng mga hindi talaga alam
At-
kung sino po may
at
hawak or nakakaalam.
at pagkatapos niyong i-record, nasa na yung mga documents na iyon?
Babalik lang din po namin sa kanila po.
Okay. Salamat, Ms.
Office lang
Moscoso.
din.
Salamat. Mr. Chairman, pwede ko bang itanong din finally si Mr. Mariano? Mr. Mariano? Mr. Mariano, please sana masagot nyo na kasi napakasimpleng tanong at talagang aalamin po ng Senado yung sagot. Nasaan po ba ang mga kahon ng mga dokumentong iyan?
Wala po sa amin, Mr. Chairman. Pero last po is nandun po sa office nila.
Saan po yung office nila ng Pharmally?
Sa Fort Victoria po. Yun po yung last na nakita namin yung files.
Sa Fort Victoria.
Apo.
Na hindi na
Salamat, Mr.
nila
Mariano.
opisina.
As far as I know po, sir, yes po.
Excuse me,
So-
pardon me. Director Kimbo? Director General Kimbo? Director General Kimbo? Sorry, go ahead. I have a plan. I think we can get this. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No, I'm all ears. Napakapasensyoso po ng ating komite. And I only wish na yung mga tao ng Pharmally, kahit ilan sa kanila or kahit isa sa kanila, could just be, we keep using the word more forthright kasi we are going to get to the bottom of this, Mr. Chairman. I'm all ears for your plan, Mr. Chairman.
Before
Your
that,
Honor, I'm here in the room of the Darganis, Your Honor.
just a quick observation, Mr. Chairman, if you may. If I
Please.
may, rather. Yes, well, obviously, the Darganis are Mr. Dargani is saying he needs time to confer with the accountants and the lawyer and with Mr. Lincoln Ong, his director. But Mr. Lincoln Ong is already saying he does not have the documents and he does not know where it is. And the two accountants are also saying they don't know where the documents are. And therefore, Mr. Dargani is just delaying this whole proceeding, pretending that they will confer and discuss, when in fact they have no information as to where supposed. They are claiming they have no information as to where the documents are. So there's nothing to discuss. So this request to confer with their accountants and their lawyer, Mr. Chairman, is really an attempt to delay and to mislead and to fool this committee, Mr. President.
This is
Mr.
why,
Chair.
because of their trickery, chicanery, and fraud, I want to order upon your motion that these people be brought to the right facility. The two people will be brought to the Pasay City Jail, and the lady will be brought to the Women's Correctional in Mandaluyong. Mandaluyong, di ba? Yes. That way, they want to play hardball, we'll play hardball. Let me ask Mr. Mariano. You are the outsourced accountant, correct?
Yes, sir.
You are the person who prepared the feasibility study, the financial statements, correct?
Drafted, yes, sir.
So, and you are also the person that, so you would have all these copies, correct?
Copy of ano po, Mr. Chairman.
All these documents, financial statements, and the that were used to when you submitted the tax returns, correct?
Only the ano lang po, Mr. Chairman, yung Word file lang po.
And of course, you encoded the records, right? They'll be
Sa
working papers
sa
kayo,
Word
right?
po.
Meron kayong
Sa
backup, correct?
sa ano po kasi, Mr. Chairman, manual books po yung registration ng company.
Oh, what does this? Well, solve our problem.
Sir, Mr. Chairman?
Solve the problem then. How do we get a hold of all these accounting documents? These documents that we need. Yung mga list of purchases. Yung 7.2 billion purchases versus 3.2 billion sa BIR. Summary list of purchases.
To get a hold, Mr. Chairman, ang naisip ko lang po is to solely request from the company lang po. Yun lang po ang alam ko.
Okay, sino sa company?
Any of the shareholders po siguro, sir. Hindi po.
Siguro. Si Dargani yan. And if he doesn't show it to us, then we'll just throw away the key. Hanggang matapos ng Congress na ito. Ganun talagang mangyayari. Yes, Senator Pangilinan.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I am ready to make that motion with a, well, maybe an amendment to the motion if it is acceptable. I am aware that Miss Twinkle Dargani has some concerns about her mental health, panic attacks. So maybe perhaps it should be, the motion should be that that the two other gentlemen be brought to Pasay City Jail while Ms. Gargani can stay in the Senate for the time being, Mr. Chairman. So moved, as amended.
Let me understand your motion that you want them to stay in the Senate until until what time?
No, we move that the two gentlemen be transferred to the Pasay City Jail.
Correct?
But considering Ms. Gargani, Twinkle Gargani's mental health condition, that she remain in Senate custody.
Well, we can send her to the National Mental Institution. They would have doctors and folks there who can help her out. Assuming, and I'm just taking their word for it. I see her talking with her lawyer. I'm not being hard-hearted, but we're
In
being
that case-
played.
Yes,
We've been played from day one.
In that
Every
case,
one of these people have been playing us.
yes, in that case, Mr. Chairman, maybe we can request doctors from the National Mental Health Institute to visit Ms. Gargani here in the Senate to assess her mental health condition.
I'm sure they will have their personal doctors. If that's the case, let them do so at their own expense.
Yes, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, but in the meantime, that she be allowed to stay under Senate custody. And if mental health experts,
I can't buy that kasi ginagamit siyang shield ni Mohit eh. Naawa ako kay Twinkle actually. Bakit gagamitin ni Mohit yung kanyang kapatid? Papipirmahin niya, gagawin niya president. Tapos ikukubli niya. Can you imagine that? Let me ask one very, very hard question, if I may. To Twinkle. Twinkle, can I talk with you? Is it all right? Miss Twinkle?
Good evening. Good evening, Honorable Chairman. Good
I'm
evening.
sorry I have
Good
to ask you
evening.
this. You know, you can ask me for anything with respect to your health, and I will grant it, provided it's really reasonable. No? And I want to help you out. You know, I want to believe that, I'm sorry, your brother wasn't forthright with you, as he's not forthright with us.
Actually, he told me about the company, and I joined at my own will. I was appointed and elected,
Every
and
time we ask you, you will say you don't know anything about it. You were just named.
I'm sorry.
Every time we ask you a question, you say you don't know anything about it.
Yes, sir. I wasn't part of the operations, nor the financials, nor the transactions.
What do you do then, ma'am?
I was told to sign some documents. That was all my participation was in the company. I was a temporary substitute to the president. Our president is Mr. Wang Tzuyan. I was placed for substitution because he couldn't come in the country. But
So-
he is our president, and I'm just a director now.
All right, doesn't matter. But you do know where the documents are, do you?
No, sir.
So how can you be a director with a fiduciary relationship with your stockholders when you don't know where the papers are? It's impossible. I really mean what I'm saying. Twinkle, I'm more disposed to keeping you there. But if you don't cooperate, I will send you to the National Mental Institute because you have mental problems, and it's not a prison; it's a hospital. You can take one of the rooms there. It's a very decent hospital. That way, our people won't have to worry about you, and you can take care of yourself. They can take good care of you yourself. So that is my position. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you, but you're not helping us all. I cannot take the word of your brother that you are mentally unsound. I do not believe that. A lot of people have. You're probably in a depression right now, and I'm not qualified to do that. But if you're in the mental institute, they can provide you the medicine that you need. If you like to have your own doctor, fine. You can have your own doctor visit you at the but your brother will have to go to Pasay City Jail as originally intended by Senators Lacson and Senator Kiko and the others. But I'm only doing that as a last resort. I put Captain Paeldon in Pasay for 6 months, and I don't mind doing that because what has been done to the country is dastardly, really, really dastardly evil. So what is it going to be? Do you want your doctor to come and visit you there?
Yeah, my doctor is supposed to come and visit me here.
All
Yeah,
right,
for
okay,
the
then you'll
Senate.
stay there. Then you'll stay there. The motion of Senator Pangilinan it has been moved and is properly seconded. There are no objections. So we will send Mr. Dargani and Mr. Ong because they are not cooperating. Again, they think that they can talk their way out of this by lying their way through this. I'd rather bring them over to the Pasay City Jail. No objection? We hear none. So ordered.